Public education has been defined over the years by very narrow metrics.
Test scores are by no means, nor are grades, the be-all, end-all.
Obviously, it's easy to look at test scores, but are they also good people?
We're not going to get to where we want to get to with preparing our students to take care of our communities.
And oftentimes, it's a person's character that ends up counting a lot more.
How can we examine what school success means that goes beyond just getting an A or a B or whatever grade in class to how are you going to be a citizen that contributes in a very real and meaningful way to the outside world?
How do we ensure that students are ready for the next step of their lives? And we spent a lot of time talking about what are the essential skills that students need to be successful, and came up with things like they need to be able to collaborate, they need to be able to be part of a team, they need to be able to communicate well.
We're just teaching them to grow up to value each other's opinions and stories.
What high school should prepare you for is those circumstances in life where things don't always go your way.
They're going to have to adjust to what life throws at them.
We need to recognize that the emotional well-being, the physical well-being, and the cognitive well-being of students is our role.
There's a real focus on building positive relationships, which also helps us to build a stronger, safer, welcoming community.
So many things in their life that they cannot control, making sure that we balance that out with things that give students agency and choice.
Every child learns differently. We have the kids engaged with their hearts and hands together. We are learning outdoors. We're learning on job sites.
The kids are out there and they're planting and they're harvesting and they're learning about things, and all the food that they're producing is going into the cafeteria.
Whether it's on a hiking trail or at a business in town, they have some permanent installation that is the final product of the work that they did.
Currently, we are working on clearing trails and bettering our areas in the woods. We learn about being good stewards and taking care of our environment.
We want them to have a number of pathways. We have expanded CTE.
Plumbing, electrician, those types of skills. And I know that those careers are highly in need in this state and everywhere else, and as a result, very lucrative.
So I got a lot of hands-on in the field experience. Obviously, lots of people skills in construction. You can only get so far in a classroom. You got to be out there and interact with people yourself to get the full extent of it.
We're very fortunate in Maine to have a strong early college program, which is funded by Maine DOE. It's a partnership where we work with our area high schools. We create courses that a student is able to work with a high school teacher and also a university faculty member.
We've really invested in trying to open up the space for innovation in education and giving them the space, removing the barriers for them to try things out.
What would it look like for an adult to be a really great graduate? How do we do that in a classroom? And the answer was we would have 2 weeks where every student would have developed over the course of that year a public policy paper, and they would present it not to us, but to members of the community as a way to capture what really matters.
These things can't be done as add-ons or extra. If we know that relevant, applicable learning works, why are we doing it every day in every classroom that you have?
Thinking of schools as not just a system, but a system that we are interacting with as humans, that's going to be the change that I want to see for my kids.
Whether they have aspirations of a military career, whether they want to go to a 4-year college, 2-year college for training, straight into the workforce, become an entrepreneur,
so that when they leave our schools, they are truly prepared for the ever-changing world that we live in.